What's happening? Welcome to the Brain Nutrition Revolution, Trusty Evans. I wanted to do a video about the CIC and the foundation of it. I got registered this week, put in the paperwork with Companies House, and it got accepted first time, which is cool. I had to help with the CIC mentor with the paperwork, jumping through all the hoops, a bit of a pain to be honest, and I think I'd have struggled without it. And immediately I'm also struggling and realising the tax side of things and all that, and it's going to blow my mind, and it's definitely not a strength of mine right now, and it's probably not something I want to learn either. So getting an accountant is a high priority soon as. So good news. So it was formed. I think it 24th. I think 24th or 22nd. Can't remember. It was formed, and it's done now. It exists. It's an entity. It's alive. There's a company. Do you know what I mean? It's quite mad. It's like an entity. Brain Nutrition Revolution is happening, and when you type in the name now in the company name thing, no one else can use it. So I own the Brain Nutrition Revolution as it stands alone. It's nice. I feel powerful with it. Do you know what I mean? It feels good. I feel like anything's possible with it. Like the plans being to share the brain nutrition advice through the UK, share it to organisations and individuals, with the goal being to help organisations to give it to their client base, covering all areas from sports to mental health. Do you know what I mean? So it's good. We can approach everyone really, and get this sorted. Like, because at the moment, when you go looking for brain nutrition advice, you end up with the same script from all the main organisations pushing bad advice. To be honest, some of it's all right, but it's just not the complete package at all. Like, and there's a lot missing, especially the gluten sensitivity issue, which is very, very rarely touched by anyone as a taboo subject. No one wants to go near, and I can see why. It freaks me out going against it sometimes. Like the huge agendas about wheat and gluten I just made a video about, and it's a big battle. Like, so to go away, and I mean, at first I was that concerned about it that I was going to make it a lesser part of the CIC. The gluten sensitivity, I was just going to have it as one of the things we recommend. But to be honest, they wound me up so much in the last year and a half. I thought, you know what? I'm going to approach other organisations, which wasn't something I was planning to do. And I'm also going to amplify the gluten sensitivity aspect and make it one of the main points and the hero advice of the whole thing. You know what I mean? So they kind of created it. Because before it was going to be just pure, beautiful, positive nutrition, no finger pointing at all, and I was a bit scared, to be honest. But they wound me up so much and kind of showed me, I think, with the agenda against me from the mental health services since I've done this, that they're going to mess with me anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, well, I might as well screw them. But, like, do you know what I mean? I might as well go full guns on them, like, do you know what I mean? And do it. But I don't want to definitely don't want to make the CIC about conspiracy and finger pointing and that. Definitely not. But what I am going to do is promote the positives of gluten sensitivity as a positive mental nutrition tool that people can try removing for 4 weeks as removing a trigger, ticking that box. So yeah, it's like a bit of it's going to be one of the main cornerstones now, with the other ones being some other things that are going to be made clear soon, and detail will be mostly upon them subjects, and then we'll include the other things as well for the complete package. And we'll also include a little section for non-nutrition methods to help mental health, which obviously there's loads of. We're covered, like, and not going into detail on them and being specialist in them in any way, and just planting the seeds basically and saying for people to go to have a look into it really, and just having that as a bit of a resource, and also maybe have a bit of a section for people to share their good organisations, companies, if they're beneficial, do you know what I mean? And I'll judge that myself whether they are or not. And if they're not, they won't be allowed on there. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be quite and I'm also thinking it'll be great to have a section for good sources of good food, good meat, good plant-based, good selections, good choices Because there is a few plant-based things out there which aren't as bad as the others, and we can recommend stuff like that. But no money will be made by the CIC by this. Won't be promoting anything. No, not at the moment. Maybe in the future we'll do something along the lines. But right now, no conflict of interest on them lines. Like it'll just be stuff that's a good resource, like places you can get maybe raw milk or like stuff that people is harder to get in the supermarket, like grass-fed beef, wild fish, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And good qualities products sourced. And like independent farms and outlets to do that. You know what I mean? Because it took me a while myself to find my own for the foods that I eat, and I think like it's a modern day version of hunting, sourcing these products and not just going to the closest supermarket and eating whatever's there. You know what I mean? And a lot of the time it's kind of crap, to be honest. All the stuff in the supermarkets. It's not like take mackerel for example. The skin on the mackerel I get from online place is just so different. It's like vibrant, tough, colourful. It takes a grilling, and this other stuff. Supermarkets are like flaky, crappy, slimy stuff. I don't know why. This is like a big difference, and you can always taste it, like the oil as well that you get in this. I don't know what the difference is, why it's different, because it says it's mackerel wild caught in the supermarket, and this is wild caught I'm getting in the same areas. I don't know if it's the time they keep it or what, or whether they put stuff on it or what they're doing, but they're making it lower quality, and you can taste the difference. The content seems to be more of the fat, like. And when I eat that mackerel and when I eat this mackerel, there's a big difference. So enough for me to pay more, a little bit. You know what I mean? And it's not that much more, because one thing is these independent suppliers, the prices haven't gone up like the supermarkets. You know, they haven't. They've gone up a tiny bit, some of them, but not that much. Not doubling and tripling like the supermarkets had. So it shows you a lot, though. You know what I mean? It's like a lockstep price raising. Yeah. So I think it'll be good to have good sources of food, good products and that. And also we're going to have a few revenues. We're going to be selling products as one of the revenue streams for the CIC, with the profits going to putting on the workshops and spreading the media and stuff in different ways. And like I say, none of the directors, well, it's only me at the moment. I won't be taking any money out of it myself, probably for the first year, but until it gets maybe sooner, but I might take a wage if it gets to a good stage fast, but I think it might take a year or two. Do you know what I mean? We'll see. And that's when it's justified and not taking the piss like a lot of the ones do now. Do you know what I mean? And the whole charity seems set up to pay their wage and not really the benefit in the community, like, do you know what I mean, as much as they could. And it's not going to be about that at all, because this project for me is about proving myself in this field, that I've got the knowledge, that it works, that I've got good ideas, and then I'm going to use that and the goodwill that hopefully this creates helps a lot of people to get respect, and I've got ideas to come after this. This is stage one for me. It's the complete solution for the UK. There's an end goal for me with this project, the Brain Nutrition Revolution project, and that is to be spread the knowledge of the brain nutrition like cigarettes. So I've got people coming up to me at festivals telling me it, you know what I mean? Like it's their knowledge, and I can't wait for that, and it's going to happen. And also fixing all the problems of people promoting false mental health nutrition all over the internet. I don't like it. I'm going to try and put an end to as much of that as I can and offer people solutions to that if they want to take it. These organisations, a lot of them think that they don't know what they're doing, and they all get the same script from these high up things like the National Dietetics Association and the NHS and Minds UK, and they're all reading from the same script. I mean, I suspect Minds UK, from the look of it, I've just gone on the NHS, looked at the crap there, and copied and pasted it, or pretty much, you know what I mean? And or gone on some other questionable organisation site. Because some of the conflicts of interest in these charities are quite amazing. Like one of the main brain nutrition charities on the UK has people on the board. It has a massive board, loads of people on it, directors, and some of them are still working for companies like Kellogg's and some of the main food companies in Europe. And actually, one of them was his job role is like pushing the reputation. I think it was Kellogg's or one of the main industries, and he was the guy on the director board of this charity that was pushing grains as the healthy for mental health. Do you know what I mean? And their advice is absolutely crazy when you realise it, and they do it sleekly, not thinking that anyone's going to know about the grains. Such is the agenda to spread them as a healthy food when they're not, and they're a negative food for many people. And to have them on lists for beneficial for anything is mad, especially mental health. And I've seen them on lists for diabetes. I've seen them on all kinds of lists. If you go most things, if you search for what's good to eat for this, a lot of them are going to say whole grains, and you get certain websites who just say it for everything. And it seems like the whole website's priority is set up to push the grains and the wheat onto people. And when I say grains, I mean the wheat. The wheat is the main thing for me, but I'm also not a fan of all the other grains so much, but it's mainly the wheat. So also with the CIC, one of the things that when we say trigger foods, one of them will be ultra high carb foods as well. We're going to be looking at limiting them and being more aware of them and what they do to the blood sugar and people's mental health. And this is like your rice, lots of potatoes and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So really high carb and often processed foods that aren't good. Like, so these are something we're looking at as well. So these will come under gluten-free replacement breads and all that. So that's something we're looking to cut out. And so it'll be something that we're promoting in the gluten in the removal plan. The 30-day removal plan will be saying you can use these for the first week or two, but we will be looking to phase them out. And you can't be including these gluten-free replacement foods in your diet on a regular staple basis, because you're just going to end up with a lot of the same problems as the wheat. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it's just ultra-processed foods by any definition, and we're better off without them, like, do you know what I mean? All kinds, all types. Not a fan of people like pointing out the fact that it's the pesticides that's the issue. Not a fan of people saying that it's the way they do the bread in the different parts of the world. They have less. I just don't think it should be pushed that we can justify eating this food from I don't know, it's too controversial for me. But anyway, I like to say I'm not going to be my personal views won't be part of this CIC project, and it'll be all about the positive nutrition, pushing that, promoting that, all positives, no finger pointing, no high horsing on what diet's the best. There'll be none of that allowed. There'll be no discussion of is fruitarian, is carnivore. None of that discussion is allowed. It's all about brain nutrition. I mean, someone can ask on brain what's good for a carnivore diet when it comes to brain nutrition. That's cool, valid question. But can't allow any promotion of any of these diet types or any attacking others for the diet choices, because it just creates too much division, and I'm avoiding that at all costs. And I want it to be a place for everyone to be able to come, vegans, people who eat meat, everyone, and all get benefits and complete brain nutrition advice for all. And that's the goal. And one of the nutritionists is very vegan orientated, very plant-based orientated, is very established in that, and is someone that will help keep that ethos of and help me keep it as well. That and keep the CIC with that very much in mind, and a place that will be welcoming to people on a plant-based, because maybe people will need to have a lot of plant-based bias and a lot of that in mind for an organisation that they're going to use and be part of. And maybe some might not even want to, because there's the meat thing attached to it also, and that's fine, that's a choice. But I'd say it's more important than that, and it's more about the brain nutrition, the poison of the tribe, and we need to ignore all that. It just in this instance enough, and just share the brain nutrition. So yeah, it's all good stuff at the moment. It's going well. It's exciting. So I've only been registered a couple of days. It's only existed a couple of days, and yeah, it's good. So next is the bank account, and then we go it's all when we go with the crowdfund, and we try and get everything going, pay the accountant, pay the nutritionist, do the workshops, do all the content. I've got to do a crazy amount of content, so I've got to get into a super zone for about a month. Yeah, that's it. I think on that one, on this update. So it's all going well. Speak to you soon. Welcome to the Brain Nutrition Revolution. Trusty Evans. See you in a bit.